Good morning, Los Gatos. My name is Brian Bernasconi, and I am here with Mayor Rob Moore. And we are going to be, again, going through Rob's monthly newsletter, which is about the goings-ons here in our little town of Los Gatos and what's happening sort of at the political level, although we're not going to really talk about politics, and just things that are happening in and around the town. Now,
what you need to know for the month ahead.
What you need to know. And again, I want to say your newsletter is comprehensive. If you want a one-stop shop for knowing what's happening around town, subscribe to Rob's newsletter. If they want to subscribe to the actual newsletter, they would go...
Email me, rob@robforlosgatos.com.
Rob for losgatos.com.
Rob@robforlosgatos.com.
Yes, Rob at robforlosgatos.com. Thank you. I also want to give a shout out to the studio that we're in. I said I was going to give a little plug. This is my plug. This is called Podcast Studio. It's a recording studio right here in Los Gatos. If anybody has a need, especially a community need or any kind of artistic or some sort of community endeavor that they need a recording studio for, please get in touch with me. My telephone number is 408-979-1400. You can call me and just talk about it. We've got a great space here, and we want to say thanks to Lynx Properties and David Lambert for the studio time and the use. Okay.
Absolutely. Big thank you to them. They're excellent people.
Oh, gosh, they've done a ton for this town. They're big supporters of the town, big supporters of the arts, big supporters of you. So we really appreciate them. Okay. Newsletter. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, or subscribe to this YouTube show so that you can get notifications. But we're going to start off with what you've been up to, right? Which is kind of usually at the end of your newsletter, but we're going to go there and then jump back up to the top. What have you been doing?
Yeah, it's been a good busy month.
You're busy as heck.
I am. I try
you're
to be
everywhere.
It's important to be. I have 1 year to be the mayor, so I want to do an excellent
job.
Right,
you want to soak it all up.
So, one exciting thing that just happened is we recently had a press conference with Congressman Sam Liccardo to announce $200,000 in funding for the what will become the West Valley Navigation Van, which is for homeless folks in our community, to be sort of a homeless one-stop shop for people who are homeless in our community. So that's very exciting, and lots of community events. Attended the Rotary Crab Fest for the first time, which I've never done before, which was a ton of fun.
Yeah, totally.
We have such a great Rotary Club. If you're looking for a way to get involved, we have two Rotaries.
We have two great Rotary clubs.
Yeah, we do have two great Rotary clubs.
And a Lions Club and a Kiwanis Club. I mean, the opportunities to volunteer time is abundant here.
Yes, hugely recommend our service clubs for that. Spent a lot of time with students. Got to visit the Mariposa Montessori School yesterday, which was a ton of fun. So all good things going on in town.
Excellent.
Yeah.
At one point in your in the newsletter, and I don't want to hammer on this too hard, but you referenced people who are unhoused as our neighbors. Mm-hmm. I thought that was an impactful way to look at it, right? Like, these are people who are our neighbors. They just don't have homes.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, many of our homeless residents have gone to Los Gatos High School, grown up in this community, and have ended up, there's an individual that I'm aware of that went to high school, the same graduating class as one of our police officers, and have ended up in different places in life, but our homeless neighbors deserve care.
And they are human. I think somehow it's easy to dehumanize them because they don't live the way that we live.
Surely.
Yeah. Okay. Happy March. I hope that the winters so we had a couple of winter days, right? Mm-hmm. That was fun. We had a lot of, just rain and stuff, and snow up in the mountains. That was fun. Snow here.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, the snow stuck too on the mountains. It was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, strategic priorities. You want to just launch on this? You've got quite a few here. Well, a couple really.
Yeah. So every year, so this is jumping into what the town council's been up to. What
town
we
council
talked
highlights
about in the last month. So the big one of the big ones we did was our strategic priorities. The town council sets our strategic priorities for the year every year. And this is, for us this year, it's 11 sort of key priorities that we want staff to focus their time on. So if you think about, the town government as 80 to 90% of the work of town government is things that simply have to be done, right? You need a police department to respond to calls for service. You need a parks and public works department to maintain the parks and maintain the roads. So those things are all sort of must-dos. There's 10 to 20% of the work of the local government. The town council really has an influence on that we can shape and craft. And so that's what our strategic priorities are.
Okay.
Two of the big ones that I pushed for and my colleagues, accepted, and we had some good conversations about. One was on homelessness. So refining we had a strategic priority on homelessness, but refining that priority to focus more on the complex and individualized needs of our homeless neighbors. So that, includes behavioral health issues and getting a little bit more focused on trying to house individuals rather than just sort of a shotgun approach. And the other piece of that was we added language about working more regionally with our partners in Campbell and Saratoga, Cupertino. There was recently a study that came out that'll come before the council in a month or two, called the West Valley Homeless Feasibility Study. And what it says is our West Valley region, if we are to make a difference on this issue, we really need to work regionally. And so I believe in that.
And these other neighboring municipalities are all on board for this? I mean, are you getting...
So we're all going to have individual conversations about it at our councils in the next few months. But I suspect there will be interest in working collectively rather than in silos. So,
and it only makes sense because, I mean, addressing the issue is beneficial for the entire community.
Yes, and it's a regional issue, of course.
And moving them around, or the people who are unhoused, it doesn't make sense because they're just going to go from one to the next to the other. And so I think that's great.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the other priority change was on transportation. And so focusing on some more creative pilot solutions for issues like beach traffic. So, an issue that has long plagued
this
our
town.
Community. Yes. And I think any good council should try to get creative to actually find some solutions there. So I'm optimistic about some of those things to come. So I'll keep everyone tuned on that.
I can't remember if it was in this section or the other section, but I mean, the traffic issue, the beach traffic issue especially, it becomes it's an annoyance for the most part, right? Like it just delays us all the time in the summertime, especially on the weekends. But in the event of an emergency,
it's a real safety.
It becomes a real safety issue. That was covered in this section.
Next section,
but that's
okay. And I'll just say, I think I may have shared this in the past. When I ran for office, I knocked on about 7,000 people's doors in the town of Los Gatos and had conversations with about half of those folks. And by far the number one issue I heard about was traffic by a huge margin.
Wow.
So I think any responsible elected official wants to respond to that, that top concern.
I mean, it's truly shocking that on certain days it can take you 25, 30 minutes to just get across town. Shocking.
Worse than that, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so you've also got on here public restrooms and community garden.
Yes.
So the public restrooms I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I'm interested in both.
Yes, absolutely.
But the one seems a little bit more urgent.
So these are two things that there was seemingly some level of consensus on from the council for two kind of key projects to pursue this budget cycle. So there's a lot of things the council sort of and the town has to deal with: deferred maintenance, we have buildings that are falling apart. We have roadways that need repaving. We have trees that need to be cut down and trimmed. Again, those are all things it would be irresponsible not to deal with those
things. That's kind of the
baseline. And then there's sort of another, there's also a lot of projects that need to happen that are new, like installing emergency generators at our corporation yard, right? So in the event of an emergency, our public works team can continue to do their jobs and, charge their, vehicles and tools and fill up their car, all those things, making sure that we have resiliency there. So all important things. But one of the things that I really talked about during this meeting and that other council members did too, was that you can't just do the sort of unsexy, important things. You also need to, I think, deliver on some tangible sort of projects that people, public facing projects that people can see and feel their government, doing. And so public restroom and community garden are two of those. To focus on the public restroom. The idea is to construct a permanent public restroom in Town Plaza Park where the existing porta potty is. And so what the council talked about is setting aside funding in this budget year to do that.
Oh, wow.
So that's what the hope is.
All right. Anybody pushing back on that idea? I mean, are you getting...
A little bit, but it's popular. I think it's very popular, but there has been some pushback.
Yeah. I don't want to get into it. Like I said, we're not going to talk about politics. And the community garden, is that someplace that's
yes,
identified?
There's a site identified.
There's
a site identified, and so now it comes to the design of that project. It would be
near
Union Middle School, in a PG&E easement. The PG&E has
so
given the town of Los
behind...
Gatos access to. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah. Okay. Good. Excellent. Next, we talked about the flag policy last time.
So we did it. So we will. It's a.
You mean you approved it?
We approved it.
So it's going to go up. There's a date here, June 26th.
Yeah, June 1st, 2026 will be up for the month of June, and the town of Los Gatos will
That'll
raise
be
the pride
interesting
flag.
to see what that brings.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, mid-year budget.
Yeah, so every year, every municipality, sort of the big budget cycle happens at the end, sort of the end of spring, April, May timeline. But we also do a mid-year budget where we basically look at the last 6 months of the budget. How have we done? Where are we going? Are there any major adjustments we need to make sure we're within budget, sort of as expected? And so there were a variety of adjustments that were made, but largely, we're actually doing a little bit better than we thought we would in terms of budget for this year, which is always welcomed. And so we're projecting a modest surplus at the end of the year,
right? Which is astounding.
Yeah, which is astounding, and it's talk about budget all day long, but these sort of up down swings are it's great when you land on the surplus side, but we really want to. I really want to get us to a place where we are not so concerned about, we have a $4 million deficit, now we have $4 million surplus, so stabilizing that a little bit more. And we are bringing on some basically financial experts to help with that, to sort of stabilize the budget.
Okay. And in there also is deferred maintenance at the Adult Recreation Center.
Yes.
So that, I think, is something a lot of people would like.
Yes, absolutely. So there is some maintenance that needs to be done at the Adult Rec Center, the building next to the library. And we are going to be making some fixes there to the roof that had some issues. So they're
and I don't want to get sidetracked too badly here, but aren't there also people working on a complete rehab of that facility?
So it wouldn't necessarily be that facility. Yeah. So there's a project to create a new community center.
Got it. But not in that location.
But it could be in that location. It could be in another location. The vision, my sort of personal opinion, is that the vision from the folks that are organizing for the community center, and I'm very supportive of that effort, that vision is much larger than the current adult rec center.
Oh, good.
So it would likely be a different site, or a reconfiguration of that, but it would be a total, whatever you're building from the ground up.
Interesting.
So this is actually part of that conversation. Part of the conversation is, if we're going to do a new community center, should we even be investing in this space? And I think the rationale for why we should invest in the adult rec center is the new community center is at least 10 years out. So we're a ways away from a new community center.
Right. Even though people have been working on it for years, with all their might.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, if we beat 10 years, awesome.
Yeah, sure.
Tell me I'm wrong, but it's going to be a $30 million project, and so the town of Los Gatos is likely going to need to run a bond. There's a lot of steps.
A lot of steps.
And so I think in the interim, it's only fair to make sure that our existing sort of pseudo community center is in as good of shape as it possibly can be.
Sure. Got it. I mean, and it has served us well for decades.
Absolutely. No, there's lots of great programs that go on in that space.
Yeah, I mean, for anybody that's not participating, I mean, take a look. There's a lot of great stuff happening
Absolutely.
there. And at the Adult Rec Center. Okay, this entertainment zone has been approved.
Yes.
And we're now looking for the where.
Yes.
The what is already there, but now it's the where. So are you going to give us some actual insight as to where you're thinking?
Yeah, so the entertainment zone, how it works. So the quick background on this is the state of California allowed municipalities like Los Gatos to create entertainment zones, which allow for open air drinking.
Alcohol consumption.
Alcohol consumption.
I mean, that's essentially the crux of the whole idea.
Alcohol consumption in the public right of way.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And sounds so official.
Yes. Sidewalks.
Yeah.
And so we approved this, and what we approved was a map that basically covers the entire downtown. But how the entertainment zone is activated is whoever wants to activate the zone says where within that they would like to activate the entertainment zone. So it's not necessarily, it's not likely the whole downtown.
But it can float a little bit.
Yeah, so but they have to approve that section has to be sort of pre-approved. And one of the nuances of the entertainment zone that I think was news to all of us, or it was news to me, is there's this concept of commingling alcohol permits, ABC licenses that you cannot do. You're not allowed to do that. And so
Can't commingle.
So what that means is at an event like Jazz on the Plaza, where you have alcohol being served by the vendors, you cannot activate an entertainment zone at the same time. So it's more restrictive than we thought it would be. However,
that's just bureaucracy at its worst.
However, there are really good, I mean, yeah, it's a little silly, but there are really good examples of when the entertainment zone could be used. So one of the things the Chamber is exploring is the Chamber has their Gold Thursdays, which are sort of the first Thursdays that run sort of through spring to summer to early fall. And they're looking at activating it for something like that, where you're trying to drive traffic sort of intentionally to the downtown. You're looking to support businesses on sort of, the weekends. We have no problem getting traffic, no pun intended.
But
bringing folks into town. So on these first Thursdays, Gold Thursdays, that maybe that's an extra incentive for people to want to come downtown and have a good time.
Which, by the way, I mean, I'm sure you're hearing it, but a plug to just search Gold Thursdays, Los Gatos Chamber of Commerce to get involved with that.
Yep, believe they start in April.
Yeah, they always do a great job of trying to promote the local businesses and keep people engaged and create opportunities to enjoy our beautiful town. Okay, I think that's it on the entertainment zone. This alarm permit update, please don't. I don't want to go too long, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's a big part of your newsletter, and I know there's a lot of details, and so I'll let you frame it up. Tell us what the problem is on this alarm situation.
Yes, so the town of Los Gatos rolled out a new alarm permit system, a new alarm.
These
permit
are home security systems,
residential
alarms for residential homes.
Correct.
Yep.
And the town of Los Gatos, like most municipalities, has a big issue with false alarms. So
because they got to spend money and time and resources responding to these.
Right. So about 40% of all of the calls that the police department gets for alarms and for residential homes, 40% are false alarms.
Right. Somebody opened the door, they couldn't figure it out, or they left it on when they were on vacation or whatever.
Right. And we don't currently have, or we didn't have, a mechanism to penalize or disincentivize that really in any meaningful way. And so the police department proposed a fee for all residential alarms.
Okay.
And so what this is a currently a $95 fee yearly for folks that have residential alarms that go somewhere that are could be, you know, where the police department could be pinged, and this is aimed at cost recovery. So it costs a lot of money to send police officers out to respond to alarms, false or otherwise, and we have a relatively lean police department. You know, on a given evening, there can be as few as 5 police officers out and about in the town, and so when you
and a lean budget for the police department and the town, right? There's not a ton of extra,
right? And so when you have a false alarm where it could be something serious, so potentially you're sending multiple units there, and something else comes up, you are creating true resource issues for our police department in responding to genuine public safety needs. And so I'm the long-winded explanation that folks will see in my newsletter is trying to explain this, and also trying to explain some of the what we're doing in response to some of the concerns we've heard, which is waiving the requirement for the next 6 months, and looking at that fee amount to make sure that's the right amount, and also providing more support for folks that are trying to register their alarms.
I'm sure the pushback, I'm guessing, is why should I have to pay a tax on keeping my home secure? I mean, is that essentially the pushback? And so, I mean, in a way, kind of just get over it. Like we just have to pay the service people that provide a service that we all benefit from and that we all really appreciate. Right? That's got to happen. It's got to come from somewhere. But secondly, I'm curious. Sorry, I cut you off.
No.
Is this a voluntary? Do you have to volunteer to let people know? I mean, is the town aware of these alarm systems? Is there a list? Is there data that you guys have?
So
that
that's
you're
what we're
sending
trying
out bills?
So that's what this will create. And the answer to your question is, if the police respond to your home for an alarm, again, either
that's
false
not registered
or not false, that is not registered, you have to pay the $95 fee plus a $195 fine.
Okay.
So that's
my next
how.
question.
That's how.
Yeah. Okay. The next regular. So we're looking forward now.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know where we are.
Yes.
Looking forward. The next regular town council meeting will occur tomorrow. On March 3rd at 7 p.m.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about this is where that evacuation and traffic study information is. So, and anything else you want to cover that's coming up for that March 3rd meeting?
Yeah, so I have 3 things here that are coming up for the next, the March 3rd meeting and the following meeting, March 17th. And the evacuation and traffic routes planning, the reason I highlighted that is the exact reasons that you shared earlier. This is a major concern, and if we had to evacuate the town in the event of a disaster, it's I think there are questions about how that would work. And so we're really trying to plan for that, and so that's what this item is addressing. Is basically bringing in experts who can do some of this traffic and evacuation planning for us to better help us map out how the evacuation would go, and then how to, where would be the pain points, where would be the bottlenecks, and how can we fix those?
Right. Yeah. And the disaster we're talking about primarily is fire.
Wildfire.
Right. Yeah. We're thinking Pacific Palisades and Paradise, and how do people get out in the event that something is sort of sweeping down the hill at a rapid rate.
Correct.
Okay. Anything else you want to cover in there? There's fees, rates, and charges.
No. Okay. That's where we would address the permit fee.
Okay.
That's
you've got upcoming events in here now.
Yes.
So we've got a St. Patrick's Day celebration.
Yes, at Campo
Am I moving
too
fast? We're going fine,
no,
right?
We're good.
You're good. Yeah. We're 24 minutes.
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day celebration at
Campo
Debauche.
All day on St. Patrick's Day, so I think it's like 11 to 11.
This is like the old Hannigan's.
Yes. Yeah.
Is it going to be that kind of debauchery, I wonder?
I think I think they intend for it to be a really good time.
Excellent. I mean, the old party at I just said the name.
CB Hannigan's.
CB Hannigan's was great.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a real town tradition.
Yeah. So, we appreciate Camp Otobachi kind of stepping in.
That's great.
It
seems like a great location for it too.
Yes, they do. They do.
Yeah.
A huge space. So
totally, and a little more removed from the goings-on downtown and whatnot. Rotary has a blood drive coming up on March 21st.
Yes. Yeah. So
that's morning Rotary or after?
I believe that's afternoon Rotary.
Okay. Who likes to just be called Rotary?
Who likes to just be called Rotary?
Yep.
And yeah, blood drive. So you can volunteer to give your blood and save lives.
That's on March 21st from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at St. Luke's, right here at 20 University Ave. So
yep. And on the Rotary website, you can sign up to for a slot.
Can you just show up, do you think? Do you know?
I think you have to register.
Got to register. Yeah. Okay. The Chamber Gala, Shine Among the Stars. The Los Gatos Chambers 2026 Gala takes place on Saturday, March 28th at Nestledown, which is up in the Santa Cruz Mountains on Old Santa Cruz
beautiful
Highway.
venue. And this is a ticketed event.
And should be spectacular.
Yes,
and it's a formal event.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been tapped actually to MC that.
You are the MC. I forgot about that. That's
I know. I finally agreed to it yesterday.
Good. You'll be a great MC.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I like these events.
Totally.
I like seeing everybody from town get together and enjoy the opportunity to kind of mingle and take a formal but relaxed opportunity to be with each other.
Yeah. And the one thing I'll highlight on this event that I think will be really neat is recognizing a small business of the year, a town,
the
citizen
of the year,
resident of the year.
Right, they're giving out 5
a service
awards.
Organization of the year. So awarding and really recognizing service in our community, which is always, I think, a good thing to do.
Speaking of which, I think Nestledown is offering a favorable rate, very favorable. So speaking of community, Nestledown is doing a great thing for us. And if you haven't been there, or even if you have, you obviously know it's a great venue.
Right, it's a beautiful, beautiful space, and this is a great opportunity
and they'll be running
to check
a shuttle
it out.
up there too.
Yes, yeah. And I was joking with Jennifer, the CEO
Jennifer
of
Lynn.
the chamber, that this is a good opportunity. My fiance and I looked at Nestledown for a wedding venue, not quite in budget. So this is a good opportunity to check it out at another
maybe you
at
guys
a little more reasonable rate.
Should renew your vows while you're there. Or just,
right.
We should just throw a wedding in.
Find a tree. Yeah.
Or we'll just throw it together and put the wedding in. Just throw it in on the side.
Yeah, there you go.
Police Foundation Gala. Also, the Los Gatos Montessorino Police Foundation is doing a black tie fundraiser at Testarossa, and I'm looking for a date here, but I'm not seeing the actual date.
I think it's coming. I think it's I want to say March 7th. Apologies. You can look at the Los Gatos Montessorino Police Foundation. And this is an event that's happening to support the police department, support the police foundation.
I mean, those guys also do a great job.
Yeah, they do.
And Jonathan Knowles is involved in a bunch of stuff. And
absolutely does a great job with the foundation.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does a ton of stuff for this town. Okay, you ready to move on? Announcements. The Heritage Pub Trivia. I asked you this last time we were here. 15 North Santa Cruz Avenue. This is upstairs?
Yes. The old Los Gatos Bar and Grill.
The old Los Gatos Bar and Grill.
Yes.
But is there something called the second floor? I'm a little bit...
Second story is across from it. So you have two... There's 2 bars.
Yeah.
You have second story, which is more of like a cocktail bar, and Heritage Pub and Chop House, which is both a restaurant and a bar.
So it was the Los Gatos Bar and Grill. The other was Mountain Charlie's.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So these
I'm
are
just
the
going to
new
have to go there and
spaces.
settle my curiosity.
You got to check it out. Yeah, you got to check it out. It's right upstairs. But they're doing trivia, which is awesome. So Charlie's used to do trivia weekly, and it was a little bit of a gap that we lost trivia when Charlie's closed, and so Heritage is bringing it back. So and I've heard
we
it's
have
a ton
a date
of fun.
here that's already passed, and we don't have a next date. So
it's weekly. So it's
weekly, every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday
at 7 p.m.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, Town Storm Line. This one,
So I just wanted to highlight, the storms have now passed, but if we are to have another storm, or if there are any, major issues that folks are aware of. We have a storm line that you can call if there's a downed power line, if there's, anything like that, flooding, things that need to be addressed in response to the storm. And the other thing is that we have, during storms, we have sandbags that folks can fill
great.
If they need down by the corporation yard.
Gosh, we got so much rain
on
this last
Miles
time.
Road, right?
And I don't think people knew that. So I'm going to give a phone number here for the Public Works Department. It's 408-399-5770.
There you go.
If you need something related to storms, they can help out or provide services. Okay, great. Regional homelessness study. You want to go ahead and talk about that?
Yeah, talked a little bit about this before. This is the regional study that we did with Campbell, Monte Sereno, Saratoga, and Cupertino. And Campbell took the lead on it. And so this is basically trying to figure out what we can collectively do to address homelessness. And there's a study that folks can actually read. It's on the City of Campbell's website. It's on our website. And I thought there's a ton of good information in there. So worth checking out.
I'm not responsible for posting stuff on YouTube where you're watching this, but are you putting those links in the?
No, I usually just reference to the newsletter.
To the newsletter. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So you can get a link to the newsletter and then get a link to that study.
Yeah.
And then the Los Gatos Chamber of Commerce is looking for an events coordinator. So shout out to anybody that wants to have a great environment. They have a lot of fun, do a great ton of work for the town of Los Gatos, and help to coordinate the events that the chamber organizes on behalf of Los Gatos.
Yep, absolutely.
And the business community of Los Gatos. You can go to hiring@losgatoschamber.com for that if you're looking for something. And I love this picture so much.
with the students. With
I wish I could show it to everybody, but I'll try and cut it in post. But it's just so adorable. And so these children, these young people have an opportunity to to participate at the town council.
Yes.
In what ways?
So we have students that lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and so we love when we have students sign up for this. We don't always have students that are signed up, so that's why I'm trying to plug this because it's so much fun when we do.
Well, and these young people just look so proud, and they're standing so straight.
So these 4 young people were from the student government of Stratford Elementary, and I actually I participated in the student council election for these students. That's how I met them originally. Gave some opening remarks, and then something like 30 or 40 kids ran for these positions. I joked to these students that it was a more competitive election than my own for Stratford Student Council.
Yeah.
And then
did they also go knock on 7,000 doors?
I don't think so, but they did a lot of good work, and they gave great speeches. They were just super impressive.
They look impressive.
Yes, and so we had the president, the vice president, the historian come and lead us in the pledge, and they also got to share a little bit about themselves and then get a little prize. So it's really fun, and it doesn't have to be a group of students. It can just be one kid.
What school were they from?
They're from Stratford.
From Stratford, got
so
it.
Any opportunities we have to have students come in and learn about the government and participate in it, I always welcome. So if you go on if you look up Pledge Leader Los Gatos, you can sign up. You can sign a student up to do the Pledge
Which is a
Allegiance.
Fantastic opportunity for a young person to get in front of people and get some credit for being brave.
Totally, and get a picture in front of the town seal and shaking hands.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay. We're wrapping up here. So the last thing is you've been, of course, gracious with your newsletter and your time here at Podcat Studio. But I know that you also are available for people if they want to come and talk with you one-on-one.
Absolutely.
So tell us where we can do that.
Yeah. So this month we are doing it at, I believe I'm doing it. I'm going to commit to this now. Purple Onion.
Oh, okay. Purple Onion downtown Los Gatos.
Purple Onion in downtown Los Gatos from 10 to 12 this coming Friday. Which is March 6th.
You've got it in here as 9:30 to 12, FYI.
Okay, then we'll do 9:30 to 12. Perfect.
Or change
Sign
the
up
newsletter.
for that 9:30 spot. I'm committed.
Okay, and you'll be there, and that's not something. Is that something you sign
It is
up
something
for?
folks sign up for. Yeah. So the link is in the newsletter.
Okay,
there's a
great.
spreadsheet that people put their names in.
Right, and those are 15 or 30-minute slots.
Correct. You either put your
Gosh,
name
I
in.
want to be a fly on the wall for those conversations.
They're great conversations.
I'm sure
I
they
really
are.
enjoy. I really enjoy
I think there's a
it.
lot of
Yeah.
very informed and passionate people who live in this town.
Yeah. And it's great. Sometimes it's somebody that comes with a particular question or topic or issue. And sometimes it's just someone that wants to chat and get to know what's going on in town or get to know each other. And it's always a great opportunity.
Yeah. Can I sign up for a 30-minute spot and just bring my backgammon board and
Yes, perfect.
play backgammon with the mayor?
Absolutely. Whatever
Are you
whatever
good, are you
you
good
desire.
backgammon player?
Yeah.
Are you good at backgammon?
No.
Oh,
I can play
okay.
chess.
Oh, wow. All right. I think that's it. We're at 34 minutes, which is perfect. A little longer than perfect, but that's fine. One more time, your email address if anybody wants to get in touch with you.
rob@robforlosgatos.com.
Yes, perfect. And
Or for official town business. That's for, the fun stuff. For official town business, it's a little shorter. It's rmore@losgatosca.gov.
okay, got it. Sign up for the newsletter. It's a great resource for knowing what's happening. It's not as, but whatever. Subscribe to this so that you get notified. We're going to be doing this all year during your mayorship, and we appreciate you tuning in and listening. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. See you next time.